They're next. U.S. immigration officials are reportedly stepping up efforts to round up people who are in the country illegally. In a series of raids this week, authorities arrested dozens and dozens of undocumented immigrants. The government says it's simply enforcing the law and that the raids target those with known criminal records. But some advocacy groups say some people without criminal records have been included. They're calling it the first major action since President Trump signed an executive order on immigration last month. Alex Ozols, immigration attorney, and he joins us now. Alex, what can you tell us about the people who are being rounded up?
So a lot of the people who've been rounded up, the ICE is saying that it's criminals. They're saying that it's murderers, that it's rapists. There was 161 people recently in Los Angeles. But what we're hearing from advocacy groups and from other people is that it's not necessarily these terrible people that they're saying they're rounding up. Some of these people are families. Some of these people have been in the country legally for 10, 20 years. So we're getting real conflicting reports from what ICE is saying is occurring and what the actual families or individuals in those areas are saying is occurring.
So if these people do have criminal records, why are they out in the street in the first place?
So that's very interesting, and knowing how this actually works, it's quite strange to me. So if someone goes to court and they get a conviction and they don't do any jail time, then they go out on the streets, they don't do any prison time, they go out on the streets, they're on probation, and ICE doesn't pick them up for a year or two generally because they're so backed up. Now, if they get prison time or jail time, so let's say they committed a murder, they got prison time or jail time, then ICE would pick them up right from the jail when they get released. So it doesn't make any sense for them to say that they're picking up murderers or rapists or someone who committed a severe crime. It just doesn't make any sense. Those people would have been picked up right when they left custody. The chances of them getting out, leaving custody, then getting picked up by ICE a long time later, there's something going on here. There's something that's not true, or there's something in the reports that just doesn't add up.
So tell me, what comes next for the families and the people who are arrested? What do they need to know?
I mean, they need to know that each person has a right to a deportation hearing. I've been hearing rumors that ICE officers are putting people on a bus. That's just completely wrong. That's against the law. If that's actually happening, that's against the law. Everyone has a right to a deportation hearing. And just because you've had a criminal offense in the past, or just because you're undocumented, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get deported. There's a lot of factors that go into it. Are you in the U.S.? Do you have a family? How long have you been in the U.S.? What are your children doing? Are you working? Are you paying taxes? All of these things go into it as well. And these people need a deportation hearing. So if this is happening with them or the families, they need to contact an attorney, contact some sort of legal advocacy group so they can have their rights in court.
ICE officials say that these raids are routine. Do you agree with them? Why do you think this is happening now?
I don't think it has anything to do with the executive order. These two things don't seem to kind of relate. Trump has been doing this for a while, has been saying this for a while that he was going to do it. These types of raids are not necessarily routine, but they are legal. They can do this. The problems we have is them targeting certain individuals. If they're targeting good families, if they're targeting good people, then that's completely wrong. So do they happen? Yes. Do I think there's a connection? Not necessarily. Trump has been saying he's going to do this for a while. He just started his presidency, and these are the things he's trying to give to his voters to show them that he's doing something.
And do you think that this kind of activity, these raids, will continue to increase?
I do. I think it's going to be something that's going to be a blitz. That's going to keep going and going and going. Then I think what the Justice Department is going to try and do is they're going to try and show some sort of statistics. So they're going to say, hey, we took this person out and this person and that person, and therefore we've made America safer. Now, we need to be very skeptical of those statistics, but I do think it's going to continue to happen, and I think people need to be watching, people need to be, knowing their legal rights, and people really need to be there and advocate for themselves in this situation.
All right, it's an issue we'll continue to follow. Alex Ozols, thank you.
Thank you so much.